Hi everyone, my name is Ehsan, and in this video I'm going to show you how to write a cover letter, and I'm going to show you my own cover letter and show you the different sections that I have and what comes to my mind when I start to write these sections. So here I'm showing you 4 distinct sections inside my cover letter. The first one is the hook, then the heart, and then the handshake, and then the closing. And now let me show you the step by step how do I think when I try to write these sections. So the first one is the hook. Here you have to have an explanation of why they have to hire you, and you have to go straight to the point, no fluff, nothing like that, and you just explain why they have to hire you. So here I started with the role that I'm applying for and the company's name, and immediately you have to explain why. And I started with the word because, and then I started to explain why they have to hire me. And you can read it on your own, or you take a screenshot, and this is going to be my first section. And for the second paragraph, I like to call it heart. Here I have 2 to 3 bullet points that I'm going to explain why I am the right fit for this job. These bullet points has to be the ones that are relevant to the job, the ones that is a plus. They said this is a plus if you have it, or something very relevant to what they are looking for. But here I'm not gonna list my job responsibilities. I'm gonna have numbers, I'm gonna have results, and I'm gonna back up my statements with that. So here you are not gonna list the job duties that you have and you already have mentioned in your resume. So you should have some sort of numbers or results to back up what you have stated here, showing your impact, the impact of the work that they are looking for. And now moving to the third section, which I like to call it handshaking. Here I have 2 things to mention. The first one is I'm gonna use their own language inside my cover letter. That way they know I have read the job description, I know their language, and I know what they are looking for. So I'm gonna start with that. And then I'm gonna make it easy and friction-free for them to decide that I'm the right person for them. So here, as you can see, I started with their own languages, and then I continued with giving them the information they are looking for. Maybe they want to know if I'm local or not, or they want to know if I'm comfortable with traveling 25% of the time. So I'm gonna make it as easy as possible for the recruiter to decide. I know this might be something that they already have asked me during the application, but here I'm just gonna restate that and make it super clear that I'm ready to work for you. And the last part, which is the closing, that I have a friendly closure of my cover letter. And once I'm done with my cover letter, I'm gonna print it out and I'm gonna sign it with a blue pen. I know this might sound weird. You might say, is this a check that I have to sign it? No. But I want to add something extra, that I did something extra compared to the rest of the people who apply for this job. And up even to now, even if you don't sign it, most of the people skip this part. They do not include their cover letter in the application that they are applying for that job. So I just wanted to make it a little bit personal, and this is not necessary. You don't have to do that. But I just do this one extra thing to make my application different from the rest of the crowd that are applying for this job. And you have to make sure that your cover letter is only 1 page. You have plenty of white spaces around your cover letter. And again, I don't like to make it justify because it's much easier to read it. And if you can, write the name of the hiring manager on your cover letter. You might say, I don't know who is the hiring manager, and that's fine. You can write dear hiring manager, but you can ask this person, John, the person who referred you for that position. They can see who is the hiring manager, because the job that's posted online, there is a hiring manager associated with that job, but you cannot see that. But the person who works in the company, if you give them the job ID, they can search and see who is the hiring manager. And you can use that name in your cover letter, so that makes it a little bit more personal, and they know you have done some work and you are familiar with the company, someone has referred you. So just to make it slightly different than the rest of the people who are applying for that job. But again, if the John doesn't want to give you that name, it's okay, you can just write dear hiring manager. Also, make sure you don't send the cover letter that you have prepared for one company to another one. What I usually do, I write the name of that company in the name of the cover letter in the Word file and the PDF. So when I have to attach it, I don't make that mistake. And now you have a resume. I created a video about how to write your resume, and you have a cover letter. And these two are customized for the job that you want to apply, and you have to do this process again and again and again. Every single company that you are applying for has to have its own cover letter, and it has to have its own resume. And I explained it before. Now I have these two things, the cover letter and the resume, and I can apply for that job. I can look for the person who can refer me to the job and go through the process of the referral, get the link, upload, and then move on to the next one. And this is how I approach job hunting, and I hope these videos are helping you to find your job. See you in the next one.